Peace to everyone, and welcome to the Memoirs of a Karmic Dynasty. I am your hostess, Joy Allen, and we are late because can you hear me? We cannot hear each other. So, what I'm doing right now is for one, checking my sound. For two, what we're going to do is okay. So my sound is good. For two, what we're going to do. And what I'm going to do is call my guest instead, and he will be on phone. I will be speaking to him by the phone. Okay. You going to stay in the studio while I call you so we can still see you? Okay, I don't know. Hold on. I think because he's on his phone, I think if I call him, it's going to knock out his video. Yeah. So we're going to do this. Can you hear me now? RaYnuS. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you very well.
Okay. All right. So this is what we're going to do. I have you on speakerphone. We are live. Okay. All right. So this is what we're going to do. I had to make some stuff happen in the midst of what was going on. So when RaYnuS speaks, I'm going to stop my camera, and then you will see his avatar. This is him, and you'll see this as he speaks. And so I'm going to work with this and navigate this. We're going to make this happen. So first, before we begin, again, I am your hostess, Joy Allen. I want to address the audience and everyone who is commenting, who is liking and sharing the video. Excuse me. So to More Life on YouTube, I speak peace to you. And RaYnuS, if you'd like to say anything at any time, the audience can hear you as well. Kai Creatus from YouTube, I speak peace to you as well. And Masiba Ramutef Kweb from Facebook speaks peace and love to all. Dua Siba. And my sharer, Abdiel Ben Levy L on Facebook, he is here. Peace to you, Emperor. He asked if I'm on my YouTube channel also, and yes, I am. I have been, with that being said, right quick, I've been made aware that some people cannot see all of my videos. So I have suggested that you use the web version and select videos and come off of the homepage so you can see the videos. Also, some people are getting the notification that the videos posted like 3 days later or more, and they're on the channel. The Memoirs of a Karmic Dynasty is my YouTube channel. And some people are not getting a notification at all, although they have their notifications turned on. So with that being said, you can check me out on Facebook and or check your adjustments and work with YouTube. Contact YouTube directly. I also want to speak peace, love, and light upon you as well. Tulita Mati Day from Facebook. And right now, what I'm going to do is always is give you some insight so you'll know how this topic came up, where it came from, and we're going to address it today. I'll speak my piece in time, but right now I would like for my guest to tell everyone who he is and where you can find him, and then we'll get started with the show. RaYnuS, if you would.
Okay, yes. My name is RaYnuS. My Facebook name is RaYnuS Holloway. I don't have any kind of any kind of pseudo name or any kind of names at all. Just RaYnuS Holloway. I'm nothing special. I'm just trying to clarify some things, and I think a lot of people just probably not privy to some information, and I don't want people causing liberals out my head like I'm the devil or crazy. So with that being said,
Okay. And so let okay, so let's talk about how this topic came up today. If you would share the Facebook experience with this post.
Okay. Actually, it started with a conversation. I have a cousin who's a pastor, and he was, we've always kind of talked and debated this Bible. So, it's a lot of information that I don't necessarily put out there sometimes because, certain looks and certain, people sometimes might have a certain type of attitude towards it. They might not like it or not want to talk to you. And so just so happened he and I were having this discussion. I said, well, if you really look at this story, it's a story that Jesus actually betrayed Jesus. But you have to really understand the story. And the first thing, people would look at it and say, well, that's a knock on Jesus. And it's not. It's a knock on Jesus. But once you understand this story, that all these Bible characters, names are only symbols of characters that fit your personality. Every Bible character in this Bible, names are symbols that fits your personality, parts of your personality. So we got on this discussion. And the story takes place in John 13. So if you would go to John 13.
Okay. Hold on right quick. You want me to go to John 13? Huh?
John chapter 13. And we'll start at verse 21.
Okay, John chapter 13. And what verse?
Start at 21.
Say that one more time. Which verse?
John 13, 13, verse 21.
Okay, 21. All right, everyone. I'm going to hold on, y'all, right quick. All right. So, okay, hold on. So while I get this up, what I'm going to do is recap. I'm about to check this sound and make sure you can hear RaYnuS okay.
Can everybody hear me? Can you hear me?
I'm doing a check right now. So a recap, what happened was the other day on Facebook, RaYnuS made a post about what we're covering today. And the post
check it out. That's right.
The post had more than 81 comments. And a little while later in that same day, Facebook went and took out all the comments except for like the first 8. And I was part of I was in the observation room. So I wasn't commenting on Facebook, but I was following along. And everything that we're about to share with you, it's about reading and comprehending and not allowing someone else to tell you what this is, because I have sat in a church, I've sat in a building, I've had this story told to me, I read along, and apparently I dropped my comprehension and allowed the story to be told to me and override what I was reading. So to me, this is like a wake-up call for everyone in whichever part of your life is necessary. But this was a what you call it? It was a check, a reality check. It was a waking moment. It was a reality check, and I am aware of a lot of things. I am also y'all know I'm good for busting up all lies. You know I'm good for figuring things out, looking into things. And this was just a quick reality check for me. So I did follow along on the Facebook post because I was in awe, like, wow, and there's a lot of things I'm detaching from, but it just shows me more of what at the time I just glanced over it, and I wore those rose colored glasses like I mentioned in the description. So if you're here with those, take them off. We not here with no rose colored glasses on today. We're reading this. It's clear as day. You get it or you don't. If you don't, rewind the video, play it back, go read it for yourself straight out of the book, whichever Bible version you want to use. But it all says the same thing. Do not, and even in what we're talking about today, don't take it for fact for law, but just know that you should be reading and comprehending some things on your own, and not allowing anybody else to do the comprehension for you. So we're gonna get here into this reading, and so RaYnuS has asked that we go to John. Okay, y'all, we are back. Apparently, there was a internet connection issues. We expected this. Sad thing is, y'all know good and well, I've done lives. I've done a series of lives. I've done a series of different topics. I've even went live on my cell phone. I've been live on my iPad. I've been live here at the office on this laptop. We're going to continue the show. Now, I don't know where we left off at, where the disturbance came at, and what y'all missed, but let's do a small recap. So, there was a post on Facebook, and RaYnuS Holloway, he's the guest here today. He posted the topic of Jesus really betrayed Judas. And he went on to share through scripture the supporting evidence. Now, what I had to say about it was this. I was observing the comments. I said enough to let the comment section know I was there, because he was kind of doing a one-on-one with somebody, leading them along the way. So it wasn't no point in me joining in. I just was following behind the scenes. And so sometime later in the day, the Facebook post went from 81 plus comments to like the first 8 comments. And if you go on his page, you'll see us sitting there looking just like that right now. Now, there are people who were there and they have screenshots of the conversation. So it happened. I was there. I witnessed it. It happened. That post is now down to 8 comments compared to the 81 plus that accumulated before they edited the post down to the first general basic 8 comments that started out the conversation. Now, what I had to say was, woe is me. In my time in church, I heard this story. We've heard this story. And I allowed the pulpit to tell me the story, although I was reading it, as we see here. Reading along, I'm reading along. I can see, I can read, I can comprehend. For some reason, when that minister got up there and started speaking, I pushed my comprehension skills to the side. I stopped processing what I was reading and allowed the minister to tell me the story. So for me, this was a reality check. It was a wake-up call. And yep, it's a lot of stuff I still have to deprogram out of my system. And so when I saw how they did this brother right here on his post, and they deleted the comments, they deleted the growth, they deleted the opportunity for enlightenment. I talked to him behind the scenes and I was like, hey, I'm gonna put this in a video. We're gonna see what they do, and if they want to act like they want to take down a video or what they want to do. But I don't have no problem, none, posting it up in a video. So we're here today to bring the video. Yep, damn internet, Kai creators, we working with it. We're gonna be here. We're gonna get this done today. So that's the recap. That's the brief. Now RaYnuS has asked that I pull up, to get us started, John chapter 13, verse 21. So we are here using the King James Bible online version, and you can see it here. So at this time, I'm going to go down and once more read this Bible verse, John 13, verse 21. When Jesus, huh?
I'm explaining to him.
Okay. So John 13, verse 21. When Jesus had thus said, he was troubled in spirit and testified and said, verily, verily, I say unto you, that one of you shall betray me. So now RaYnuS is going to take lead.
Okay, earlier, before we had this audio and video trouble, I stated that in this verse on 21, Jesus was troubled in spirit. And one thing Jesus said was that, verily, verily, I say unto you, one of you shall betray me. And one of the things I want to make clear is that you cannot be betrayed if you know that you are going to be betrayed ahead of time. Okay? Second of all, you cannot be betrayed if you have selected the betrayer. Now that's just fact. So you cannot be betrayed. So we read on down and says, then the disciples looked at one another, doubting of whom he spake. Now this is coming out of the King James Version, okay?
Yeah, so now you're reading verse 22.
Yeah, in verse 22.
Okay.
So they didn't know who he was talking about, including Judas. So they looking around wondering who he was talking about. So now there was one enemy on Jesus' bosom, his disciple whom Jesus loved.
Verse 23.
Simon Peter, yes, verse 23, going on into 24. Simon Peter therefore beckoned to him that he should ask, who is it these whom you spake? He then lying on Jesus' breast, said unto him, Lord, who is it? Jesus answered, he it is to whom I shall give a sop when I have dipped it. And when he had dipped the sop, he gave it to Judas Iscariot, the son of Simon. That's 26 going to 27. And this is how it gets interesting. And after the sop faith entered into him, then said Jesus unto him, thou do it quickly. Now, this is kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Not before, but after Jesus dipped the sop. The key word is after. Do y'all see that part? And after the sop, Satan entered into him. Not before. What this tells you is that Judas had no idea. He had not concocted up this story at all. This was Jesus watched this whole process of Satan entering into him. And once he saw Satan enter into Judas, he told him, now go ahead and do it quickly. What I had told you. Okay? Did y'all see that part?
Yep, they got it.
Okay. Now, going on to 28. Now, no man at the table knew for what intended to speak unto him. So that's why I get brought up because of the way they have these words set up. When the word 6. Yeah, that's it. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Going back to 27, what he told me to do it quickly. Okay. Now, the word here is salt. I want to ask the audience, have any of you ever looked up the word sop?
Has anybody in the audience ever looked up the word SOP? S-O-P.
S-O-P. Because normally it's probably with the priest and telling you or your mama, or grandma, or whoever, they how you know. You know, you can say it's bread and soppy and, you know, it becomes soft. Once the bread becomes soaked and whenever it gets braided, it becomes soft, right? Now, we need to go to our dictionary. First, we need Webster, or it could be in the dictionary. And let's look up this word sop. S-O-P. Let's look it up. And like I said, audience, this is no knock on Jesus at all. You just got to understand the story.
Okay, so we have
now,
SOP up by Merriam-Webster dictionary.
Mm-hmm.
And SOP reads as a piece of food dipped or steeped in a liquid.
Okay.
Number 2 is a conciliatory or propitiatory bribe, gift, or gesture.
Okay.
So what we gonna do? Go look at the word, the first word.
Conciliatory.
Conciliatory.
Or propitiatory.
Propitiatory.
See, there's the word bribe.
Yep. Okay. So conciliatory, we have intended to gain goodwill or favor or to reduce hostility, tending or intended to conciliate.
In other words, it's a favor that Jesus is asking, or a bride, so to speak. You got that? Judas had no idea of what was taking place. And if you read on, the disciples didn't have a clue. Did you see that part? Read the next verse, John. 27, 28.
Okay, hold on.
Y'all work with a little bit because they have a little audio trouble and video trouble.
Good. Okay. So John 13, verse 27 and 28. And after the sop, Satan entered into him. Then said Jesus unto him, that thou doest do quickly. Now no man at the table knew for what intent he spake this unto him.
All right. Now 28 is saying that after Peter asked Jesus who was it that was going to betray him, Jesus then answered that it's one thing my good disciple, I'm going to give it to him. But you read here in 28, it says no man at the table even knew what Jesus was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I laugh at this because when you read this, didn't Jesus just tell them what he was giving us about, what that was all about? But these guys who are his disciples had no clue. I mean, for some reason, for some of them thought because you had the badge that you had said unto them, by those things which we need against the peace. Now, did Jesus do anything like this? None of that came up. See, these are disciples that got books in the Bible, right?
Mm-hmm.
And who we trust every day and read, and this got to be the dumbest thing that's ever been said.
Mm-hmm.
They act like they didn't know what was going on.
Right.
Now, the thing about Judas, now, we're going to read on Judas for a minute. Now, understand how did Judas even get the position from Jesus? When you look at it, Judas was Jesus' most servant. You know, Jesus selected all his disciples. But out of all 12, Judas had to be most intelligent and most trustworthy for all of them. So, Jesus said, he has an office. And he was a poor man. All his other disciples were poor. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But which kind of how can somebody buy him over 30 pieces of silver, which, you know, when he controls all the money. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, looking at this story and looking at these words, we look at conciliatory and propitiatory, which means bride. And this is how Jesus portrays Judas. But this is the thing that we must all know. This story is all taking place in our head. You got that?
Yep.
This whole thing, it's not, these are not like real characters. When you read the Bible, Jesus wasn't that nice of a person. He started out wanting to not be born. If you read Isaiah 7 and 14, it goes into a story. This is actually Emmanuel, but everybody hated Jesus. Not Jesus. And he'll tell you what. He'll tell you why. But with Isaiah, Jesus was supposed to be born a perfect person, but he didn't want to be born perfect. He said, let me stop. You know what I mean? He's like, I'm going to be born just like anybody else. This is what the story is. Now,
so Isaiah 7 and 14 reads, therefore the Lord himself give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel.
Yeah. And everybody thinks that's Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not. Keep on reading. Read the next one. Right after that. Okay. That's the only one that you see.
Isaiah 7:15, butter and honey shall he eat, that he may know to refuse, hold on, y'all, the evil and choose the good.
Do y'all know what that means? Do you know what that means?
Mm-hmm.
Butter and honey, evil and good.
Yeah.
It means the butter is supposed to be evil, the honey is good.
Right.
One represents, that represents that. So in other words, God and Jesus going to be born perfect. He wouldn't have to care that to look at. You look over in Matthew 11:18. Show the kind of person Jesus was. And read that verse. Matthew 11:18-19.
11, 18, and 19.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on. All right, so we have Matthew 11, verse 18 and 19. For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say, he hath a devil. Verse 19, the Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, behold, a man gluttonous and a winebibber, a friend of publicans and sinners, but wisdom is justified of her children.
All right. Now let's talk about Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
But people don't see that. You know how you know Jesus? Because one of them we're writing that it's got that S capitalized.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
See, Jesus, they try to make Jesus this perfect person, which he wasn't. You got two different Jesus in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
You got the historical Jesus, and then you got this fake Jesus. And the fake Jesus, who they have on display right now that people are worshiping and don't even know. And that's just the truth. I ain't knocking nobody's religion. I'm just telling you what is written.
Mm-hmm.
Because see, if you go to Matthew 19:16, what does this say?
Hold on. Matthew chapter 19 verse 16. Few moments here. It says, and behold, one came and said unto him, good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life?
Next verse.
Okay.
Is it 17?
Yep. So 17. And he said unto him, why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments.
Okay. So that's in Matthew, right?
Matthew 19 and 17.
Right. Let me explain something about the four gospels. Right quick. Okay, you got Matthew, Mark, and Luke. Then John.
Yep.
The first three books of the Bible are called the Synoptic Gospels.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why they call them the Synoptic Gospels because they all are pretty much in agreement. Not everything. Now, if you go to Mark 10 and 17 for me, we try to put a personality or character what Jesus was.
Okay, hold on. Mark chapter 10, verse 17. Reads, and when he was gone forth into the way, there came one running and kneeled to him and asked him, good master, what shall I do that I may inherit eternal life? And Jesus said unto him, why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God.
Now, That's the second time that he separated himself from God.
Mm-hmm.
And the second time he said he's got to do it.
Right.
All right. Now let's go to Luke 19.
Okay.
18 verse.
So right now we're going to Luke
Matthew, Mark.
chapter 19. And which verse? 18.
18 verse. That's Luke 19 and 18.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Luke 19 and 18 says, and the second came, saying, Lord, thy pound hath gained 5 pounds. And he said likewise to him, be thou also over 5 cities. And another came, saying, Lord, behold, here is thy pound, which I have kept laid up in a napkin. For I feared thee, because thou art an austere man. Thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow.
This is Luke 19. Probably the wrong verse. I'm sorry.
27.
No, Luke 19 and 27.
Okay.
I think it was go down.
Okay.
Luke 19 and 27. That'd be more interesting.
Luke 19:27. But those mine enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me.
That's Jesus talking about. So, all good, not sinning, perfect Jesus. This is who is speaking right now.
Mm-hmm.
While everybody, the preacher says everything, Jesus is good. That's the other Jesus. This is Paul's Jesus that we're talking about. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Not all Jesus. See, the thing about it, you look back at Judas. Judas' behavior to betray Jesus was only designed and influenced by Jesus because people have done it otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. People have done it anyway. There's no way. But he felt privileged. You got Jesus coming to you, the master. Coming to you and selecting you to do something for him. So he felt kind of privileged to do that. And you give me the instructions. Jesus gave him instructions. These are orders. Do it quickly. So once we learn about ourselves, we can then understand the story. Because everybody has a Judas, and everybody has a Jesus in them. See, the betrayal is all about you have to betray yourself of the flesh in order to be saved. That's more of this story.
Mm-hmm.
You have to betray yourself to be. You say Jesus had to get Judas to betray him in order for him to betray Judas to be saved. So you have to recognize these things because let me ask you a question: can the devil tempt God? Can the devil tempt God? The question is, they're gonna say no, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at the story in Mark and in Matthew, the devil took Jesus up to the mountain twice and tempted him.
Yeah.
Correct. So, in doing so, that meant that Jesus was the human being and not the God person. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't. He had natural human attributes. He was just a physically born person just like him. He didn't want anything special. If you go and read, what was that? I think it might be in Luke. Might be Luke 7:34. I took a couple of notes. Look at Luke 7:34.
Okay, hold on. Luke 7:34. Okay, hold on. Okay, I shared the screen. So we're at Luke chapter 7, verse 34. The Son of Man is come eating and drinking. And ye say, behold, a gluttonous man, and a winebibber, a friend of publicans and sinners. But wisdom is justified of all her children.
Now you see that? The Son of Man is come eating and drinking, and ye say, behold, a gluttonous man, and a winebibber, and a friend of publicans and sinners. Now, publicans are what I consider like the bad people, the gang members, the kind of, those kind of people.
Mm-hmm.
And the sinners would be considered like the prostitutes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, these are the people that Jesus kicked it with.
Right.
Same Jesus that everybody, the one that they think that was all sin. This Jesus here is letting you know that he wasn't that way. That was another Jesus that they talked about. They talking about that Jesus that came out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That's what they're talking about. So, like I said, just think about this. If the devil Jesus Christ was like the salvation of mankind,
mm-hmm.
because Jesus was entrusted by Jesus, was he not?
Right.
He was entrusted by Jesus. And by him performing this act, that means Jesus saves himself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can see that part. I don't know if you really see that part of it. See, this story, I'm kind of rambling because I thought I was going to have like this time. But
you good? Go ahead.
This whole story, but this whole story is kind of misunderstood. Judas misunderstood Jesus came in the same way Christians misunderstood, and it's the same way today.
Mm-hmm.
Like today, the Christians believe that Jesus is going to serve the king here on earth.
Yeah.
Right? That's basically Christianity. And see, Judas had believed that his assignment was to betray Jesus to the scripture, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let them know, hey, this man going around talking about he can do all these kind of things. So what he wanted to do, he went and got all these people to kill Jesus, kill him off. But the plan was that Judas thought that Jesus was going to, just use all his powers and, take over the whole city and bring a whole new kingdom in.
Right.
But it didn't happen like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what? Because if you go to John 18 and 11, I don't know if I told you to go to that.
Nope, I'm getting it now though.
You got it?
John 18:11. Hold on. And I'm sharing the screen right now with the audience. And John 18:11 reads, Then said Jesus unto Peter, Put up thy sword into the sheath. The cup which my Father hath given me, shall I not drink it?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So before then, Jesus went to the garden and he asked, and that was in Matthew 26:39. That's why I should tell you to go first.
Mm-hmm.
He said, Oh my Father, if it is all much, let this stuff pass from you. So Jesus didn't want to die.
Mm-hmm.
He went over somewhere else by himself and asked God. And you read Luke 22:44, it said he sweating blood.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Jesus didn't want to die. But the world, the Christian world, gives you this impression. Because Christians don't talk about this right here.
Right.
And probably nobody ever probably seen this information before either. I guarantee you, if there's any more people, they probably never even heard this information before.
Right.
See, the thing about it is this whole act is taking place in our head. It takes place in your head. Several of the powers, you got two parts of the brain.
Yeah.
That's with the flushing, right? That's the North Pole. And that decided they're going to take a white man, dress him up in a red suit, and go down a chimney. You see, that's from the flushing. See, from colostrum is what it's in the cell of the brain. They call it the gift of life. And see, the ancient one used to call it the holy colostrum.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, it became holy clause, which then became Saint Claus, and then it became Santa Claus. This all comes from the brain. See, because we got
Right.
two aspects of our being: the electromagnetic field, the cranium and the pituitary, right? The North Pole and the South Pole, positive and negative.
Mm-hmm.
See, so that's how we get this story. But see, a big man coming down with gifts and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because the colostrum is to get the life. And what they've done, they turned this story into Christmas. This became a Christmas story.
Mm-hmm.
And what they got done, they just manipulate the whole world. They got you buying this, and now they're telling you what this is all about.
Mm-hmm.
How Judas actually got betrayed by Jesus.
Right.
You have to betray yourself to yourself in order to save yourself.
Mm-hmm.
See, one of the things Jesus said, I want to go to Matthew 21:31. Let's take a look at it.
Okay, say that one more time.
Matthew 21:31.
Okay, hold on. Matthew 21. I got that. Hold on. Going to the 31. Got that. And now I'm sharing the screen with the audience. And Matthew 21:31 reads, whether of them twain did the will of his father, they say unto him the first. Jesus saith unto them, verily I say unto you, that the publicans and the harlots go into the kingdom of God before you.
That's strong. And let me tell you what that is talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much talking about all these self-righteous people that think they know this Bible story.
Yeah.
They go every Sunday night with a Bible tucked in front of their arms with a nice pantsuits or dress suits and a big hats. And, you might walk past the store, might see some hobos and some rhinos and some prostitutes. And first thing, they probably say, they'll be in church sometime. Acting all up. But in this verse right here, Jesus is telling you that those kind of people are going to get in heaven before you.
Mm-hmm.
All the prostitutes, all the whores, all the winos, they're going to get into heaven before you. Because you know what a wine bibber is? And they said that 2 times in the Bible. A wine bibber is nothing but a wine man.
Mm-hmm.
A glutton ain't nothing but a big old greedy person.
Yeah.
And these are all the people Jesus said that he was. These are the people that he hung out with. So Jesus hung out with these people because he said, I know these people love me. I know they know me. And they're going to get to heaven before you because y'all already said right. You really ain't got no real testimony.
Mm-hmm.
You see, the thing is, we shouldn't act all self-righteous.
Right.
You see, we're not too self-righteous. Ain't nobody above God.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody above it. So when we try to act outside self-righteous, you need to check this story. And my whole story on this about Jesus betraying Judas, it's all of us. We all have to realize that we're Jesus. In this case, it's just a switching name around. See, I want to go more in depth than you have because I want to go to the letter J.
Yeah.
And we all know that the letter J has only been around about 400 years. That's all it is. It's only been around about 400 years. Because you have Jehovah in the Bible about 6 times. That comes from the Jehovah's Witness. You got John, with the J-A-H in the Bible, which is Rastafari.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you have Elohim, and you got other names that you can call about. But nobody really knows his name. See, when Jesus also told people, don't ask me for nothing. I think I know that. Go to John 16. Go to John 16:26.
Okay, hold on.
And we're going to let it all hang out.
Okay, John, I got that. We're going to chapter 16.
This instruction to preaching is not going to tell you.
In verse 23.
Is not going to tell you. 16, look at 16, 26.
Okay, hold on. This thing's okay. John 16.
16, 26.
Okay, John 16, 26.
Yeah, 1626.
All right. At that day ye shall ask in my name, and I say not unto you that I will pray the Father for you.
26.
Yep. Now, okay. 23 says, and in that day ye shall ask me nothing. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
John 16 and 23. And in that day ye shall ask me nothing. Verily, verily, I say unto you, whatsoever ye shall ask the Father in my name, he will give it you.
Nah. You got Christians that say, now see, he said, you ask in my name, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he'll give it to you. But have you noticed that anytime Jesus speaks about himself or referring to himself, it's going to be a capital. It's capitalized.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus wasn't talking about his name. You know what? Jesus wasn't talking about his name. Jesus was talking about in your own personal name.
Mm-hmm.
People don't see that part. But let me explain to you why. Because people want, Jesus can't get you there.
Right.
Jesus literally saying, don't come to me. If you come to me and ask me, I ain't going for you. And you can go and ask God in your own name because you're going to be the only one that asks.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus don't even, I mean, what is he? He's going to convince God? Oh, don't let him in. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Don't let him in, God. When God already knows, so he wouldn't need that assistance from Jesus. You see, this is simply saying, if you ask in your own personal name, not Jesus' name, because Jesus keeps telling you, he's trying to get to the Father's will. He's trying to get there. Jesus had to be baptized. And you ask people, well, why does Jesus have to be that way? And that was an example. He wasn't the example. John the Baptist was the example. The Bible said that he came to prepare the way.
Mm-hmm.
We keep trying to run from responsibility. And the first thing he said, we have to be held accountable. The only way you're going to have to can be held accountable is that you put yourself first and no one else. You can't know Jesus unless you know RaYnuS, you know yourself. You must know yourself first. I, self, Lord, and master. You must master oneself. And that's what Jesus is talking about throughout this whole story. This whole story, like I said, takes place out here, but we have to personify it or we take it literal. And the thing about it is, if you turn it literal, the story becomes very confusing.
Mm-hmm.
See? That's the thing about it. You can't take the story and take it literal. You have to apply the story to mindset. You have to be that cheap and be in that position. That's what this is all about. This is what we keep on praying out from ourselves and saying in Jesus' name. They don't say nowhere in the Bible about he's saying in Jesus' name. He's saying my name, which is referring to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's saying be him. Jesus didn't want the easy way out. If you read the Bible, he's saying he didn't want to be like with the angels. He wanted to be born the hard way and be like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this story was all about. You need to look more into it. If we need to do a secondary story in this so people can see, and I can, we can go more in depth, I would love to.
Yep, we could do it. We can come back and do a part 2.
I would love to do a part 2 on this so things can be more clear and understand that this is not a knock on Jesus.
Yeah, well, right
What's the
now,
story?
I don't see anybody in the comments offended. I see everybody, we all on the same frequency right now. We where you at.
Okay. Did anybody have any questions about anything?
Nope, no questions.
Something that I didn't make, anything that I didn't make clear?
We clear.
Okay.
Yep.
I just want people to understand that Jesus' betrayal of Jesus was not a bad thing. Because in this lifetime, you got to, like Jesus was saying, you must betray yourself. You got to betray yourself in order to save yourself. Because that's the reason why Satan tempted him. Now, when you look at that word tempted, that means that you thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing about Jesus. Jesus was dealing with his ego.
Mm-hmm.
Because the tempted to go to Satan. See, that's what people don't understand too. See, they go in them, 5-6 city jobs, and they doing all these stuff, and they think they're on top of the world. You see, but that ain't how it is. You can't be up here and they down here. There ain't no big eyes and little U's. That's what I'm saying Jesus was saying.
Right.
Ain't no big eyes and little U's. He's trying to get that just like you. And this story is so true. Judas is in heaven too, for the Christian people that believe. Because you want to know why? People don't know why, because he repented.
Mm-hmm.
It says that he repented, and that's what it's all about. Once you save yourself, you repent. And that's what it's all about. It ain't about Jesus. Jesus has not been proven to be a person that walked the earth, with this story.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't knocking nobody's Jesus. I don't mean this. I'm going to church and doing all that. But understand who Jesus is. He wasn't a physical person outside yourself. You have to become their Jesus. That's what this story is all about.
Yeah.
So, just looking back, I was trying to see if anybody had any questions.
Yeah, I got a question now. D Calico from YouTube. There's been okay. Let me run back this the comments a little bit because I'm not sure if you're following along. Okay. So on Facebook, Tasmaniac Wolf says the book of Barnabas says it was Judas, the one who was crucified. And then D Calico on YouTube says the book of Barnabas does have a lot of jewels. I could really get into it. Then D Calico posted Bar equals son of Abba equals the father.
That's right.
So he said you do the math.
He's speaking of Simon Bar Jesus of the Acts. That's the Jesus that Paul came along with.
Yep.
Paul is Jesus, but they don't think that.
Right. So the question was, D Calico want me to ask you, what do you know about Barnabas?
Well, Barnabas was left out because they said it was Judas that was hung on the cross and not Jesus. And let me explain that part.
Mm-hmm.
What happened was when we was reading John 18.
Yeah.
Judas went and got a band of people. I'm just paraphrasing here. He went and got officers and the whole time, not just 20, 30 people. He went and got the whole trial. Okay? We had torches and weapons. And what happened was, a funny thing happened over here in John 18.
Mm-hmm.
When they walk upon Jesus, Jesus asked them, whom do you seek? Now think about this. They told him who Jesus was, wasn't it? He was cutting up and doing. As you read a little farther, let me get this verse right quick. Let me just read this. Y'all go to John 18 right quick.
I got it up.
Real quick. All right. I think that's...
Yeah, he's in the garden.
Yeah, they're going to say, no, 4. Let's stop there. Jesus, therefore, knowing all things. Now, he know everything now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he went forth and said, whom seek ye? They answered to him, Jesus of Nazareth. Jesus said unto them, I am he. Now, watch this. And Judas also, which betrayed him, stood with them. Huh? Talk to me. Judas stood there with him and did not identify him. Why? Because he's transfigured. Jesus turned himself and made himself look like Judas.
Mm-hmm.
That's what showed it.
Mm-hmm.
So, what happened when he says, I am he? They turned around and fell to the ground. They got dug up. Jesus said, I asked you again, whom did you see? And they said, once again, Jesus now. How come they didn't say, we come to get you? How come Judas didn't look at Jesus and the crowd says, this is him right here. We came to get him. This is him right here. How come Judas didn't say that? Because it gave you a hint. It said Judas was with him, the one that's supposed to betray him.
Mm-hmm.
Did it not?
Right.
Because Jesus transfigured himself. Because what happened was, when he, after that, Peter took his sword out and put off the opposite ear. Right? Because, you know, they like, man, what's going on? Jesus put the man's ear up to the back of his head and hid it. After that, you think them folks gonna touch Jesus? Think about it. All in the cells, he didn't hear this man good. He was doing everything that they said that he wasn't supposed to do. Right?
Mm-hmm.
He just took the man's ear and killed him. Them folks knew they couldn't touch Jesus. They got Judas instead. So they looked at Judas, they said, Judas, you got to come up with a real good one. You do it. Okay? You got to come up with a real good one with this one.
Right.
So that's one story. The other story is this. Some say that Nicodemus, Joseph Judas asked Peter, and John the Baptist killed Judas. That's young. Because the reason being because his story of Jesus ain't found in no other book but John.
Mm-hmm.
And who's there to read it? See, everybody's stories get holes in when you start asking about who was the witness. Just like Paul said, you saw Jesus on the side of the road in the building. Who witnessed that, Paul? Who was the witness, Paul? I don't know. What was you ask the teacher that. Who witnessed it? I ain't not the man. I got some preacher friends myself. I do my talk to on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about me not to be, no one's to me. I'm just getting respect. I guarantee you, nobody hears this stuff. These folks preachers ain't telling me about this. Because he's not saying the same thing.
Could you tell us about the Gospel of Thomas from the comment section?
The Gospel of Thomas mentions Jesus being up on the mountain with him and saying, look down there, and they think there's me on their cross. See, Jesus didn't get neither one of these creeps to do nothing, like Peter or Thomas. Because Peter was straight. So he had to be straight, did he not? And he could have got Thomas to do it. He could have got these two rappers. And when Judas didn't want to let this deal, Judas was only going about the instruction that was given to him. But they said you can read the Bible and find out that James and another disciple, they were their mama and Jesus, and they told them right inside of him. They were going to ask for a faith. But the preacher ain't going to point that far down.
Mm-hmm.
They're just going to keep passing the trail around.
Right.
That's all they're interested in. That's what I'm not. That's what I don't like. That's the part that I don't like. These preachers, I don't ever get on the congregation because they don't know about it. But they act differently on what they're being taught. And they're not doing no reading. They're not doing no research. They're going off of tradition. But some of us are a little different, like myself.
Mm-hmm.
I have asked questions. I've always asked questions. Since I was a child, something different about me all the time. I was still a hard-headed, disobedient child. Because I expressed emotions time, and I was like, it just gotta make sense to me.
Right.
Never just, I've never got a suspension at all. So maybe that's someone that, but this is the way people look at you when you're not going by traditions on what they believe.
Yep.
And then they try to judge you and start talking bad about you. They got comments about you.
We got one more question from D Calico in YouTube. He says, okay. And lastly, so we're going to see if this is the last question. He said, ask you about Bar Shuma, a.k.a. Bar Jesus.
That would be Simon Bar Jesus. That's what I was speaking of earlier. Mm-hmm. Simon Bar Jesus, that's Paul's Jesus. Okay? Mm-hmm. That's the fake Jesus. But you are not going to be able to tell because why? This particular Jesus, Simon Bar Jesus, he could perform miracles. He was born in the town of Judas as well, just like Jesus. Okay? He gives the same thing, same attributes as Jesus. But he's the fake Jesus. This is who they're worshiping right now, Joe. Mm-hmm. They're worshiping Paul's Jesus. They're not worshiping the historical Jesus, our Jesus, who is us. You follow?
Right.
The flock has been misled. Mm-hmm. And it's time to put the information out here now so they can get privy to it, so they can start doing some research, so they can start keeping down these money to these fools, so they can keep driving all these sugar topics and telling you nothing. They ain't telling you nothing. They just telling you to come to church and God's gonna bless you. Yep. But they ain't going by scripture. And when you go by scripture, then you start hitting on the facts, and people start looking at you and calling you a blasphemer. Mm-hmm. When all the time, we want to crack the code to their little secrets. Little bit by little bit. They're waking up. This is waking up time.
Yeah, D Calico says he feels Bar Jesus is the son of Mary Magdalene and Jesus.
That's what Bar means. Bar means son of.
Mm-hmm. So that means Mary Magdalene and Jesus had a baby.
Jesus had children.
Mm-hmm.
Mary Magdalene was his wife.
Mm-hmm.
The wedding who paid us was Jesus' wedding. Mm-hmm. Look, ain't gonna tell you that. Because why else would his mother Mary say, we ain't got no one wine in the house? Why would she tell Jesus that? Mm-hmm. For some reason. Because no one was one house where the wind was. And number two, she knew Jesus had some little cows, right? But guess what? When he says, go over there and look at that, there's wine in there. Mm-hmm. That was before his first meal. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That was done before his first meal. See, when you look deep into it, it ain't like that. Miracle has been performed. There's no disciple or another prophet didn't perform that Jesus did. Mm-hmm. You gotta look deep into the story. And I would like to do it part 2. I didn't think that I would really enjoy it, but I kind of.
Yep, you got them feet wet, huh? Yep, this broadcast, these lives is something else. Especially, and the audience get involved like today. D Calico with his laughing self. I knew it. He has one more question, supposedly. He says Gnosticism, Kabbalah. Then he goes on to say Mary Magdalene is the Gnostic Christ.
Hey, you read the story. See, this over here, you already know what time it is.
Yep.
You gotta know. Because really, all the other jokers were cowards. Mary Magdalene was the only one that stood out. Mm-hmm. She's the only one that turned at the tone. And this is the problem with the story. I can't change the concept. If you go to John 20 and you read, and it tells you that when they saw that Jesus' body wasn't there, they left and went home. Right? Mm-hmm. They didn't get no search party. They didn't call their friends. And they had a whole council set up. They didn't do none of this stuff. They went home. Mm-hmm. This was the Messiah. This is the one they slept with, washed his feet, prayed with. And you gonna send somebody to look out for him? So they went home. What the preacher gonna tell you every Sunday in church? If these all these disciples, they need to do blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
They got books. But guess what? Judas' book ain't in the Bible. I told all the other disciples, but Judas' book is in the Bible. He's got a book as well. It's called the Lost Book of Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus got another book that's considered unauthorized. If you read the Institute of Jesus Christ, and you gonna find out Jesus was he wasn't no joke. Jesus made a man go blind. He made a man go blind. He turned kids into goats because they're gonna play with him. And he killed about 14, 15 people.
Mm-hmm.
This is all written. You know what I mean? Nothing that I said today was mine. It's
Right.
all mine.
Right.
That's the one thing I want people to understand. This was all Bible.
Mm-hmm.
This didn't come from me. This ain't nothing I made up. This is just something that the priests have danced around in order to get your money and to keep you in the matrix.
Right.
He didn't tell you that these Jews ain't no real person.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't gonna tell you that you're supposed to be there, Jesus. He's gonna keep on telling you to worship away from yourself. When that ain't what it says. He said, worship Jesus and worship God in spirit. Can you see a spirit?
Nope.
So how you gonna do that? Other than your own. You are responsible for yourself. And you gotta make something happen. God ain't never just gonna give you nothing. And that's arrogance and egoism of people when they get around you and start saying, well, man, God did this for me. And, you know, I'm gonna tell you how God did it for me. That's arrogance and ego. That's just to say, well, God selected me and not you. He's blessing me and not you.
Mm-hmm.
But the last time I checked, you didn't get nothing until you got off your butt. So you got it. And this time, that's just a rock on the ground that you got.
Okay, question. Is serpent mysticism the old-time religion?
Nope.
Calico, the answer is nope.
He know what it is. I don't know what he has to do for it.
Because that's what he does.
He has these questions. He comes from a Masonic standpoint as well. Because, the whole religion is set up on a Roman Catholic platform. And that's where everybody got it, set up on the Masonic. And they run this whole thing. So, they have their own Bible.
Mm-hmm.
They got their own Bible. And that's the reason why you have the checkered floors in the school. That's the reason why the church and the courts look just alike.
Mm-hmm.
The man behind the bench has a robe. The preacher standing behind the pulpit, he has a robe.
So speaking of the church and the court looking alike, from my sharer on YouTube, Abdiel Ben Levi L, he speaks of the Helios Biblios being a good book to use for contract and trust law.
They don't do that anymore. It's a good book to use for contract and trust law. Let's wake up people.
Yeah. So that's the uniting of the church in the
See that? Yeah, that's just kind of tying. Yeah, that's tying.
Mm-hmm.
But see, the acronym of the Bible is what? Basic information before leaving Earth. That's what they did. And they use this book. They misuse this book.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? This book has been misused more than anything. There's some contradictions in it, but it's only because of the way it's told as well.
Yeah. D. Calico says the Ptolemies created Christianity in Kemet.
Did they create Christianity? Yeah. If that's what you want to call it. I don't know if that's what they called it. They renamed it. But it was, kind of tricked out. you know, Christianity is a African, say, religion, so to speak. It goes all the way back, you know, to the Kemet times. But when Alexander and Napoleon come in, they change it all. And, you know, you got to think about it. We don't know if any of this stuff's true. Because, I mean, all the libraries and books were burned to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And this stuff had been rewritten. And see, everybody talks about the Council of Nicaea.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Council of Nicaea is where they were trying to decide was Jesus the Son of God. It wasn't about the Bible, you know, book compilations and nothing like that. The second council is when they decided that. Not the first. It's the second. They had my 4 or 5 counts of, you know, 4 or 5 counts. So the Christian religion had always been around, but been shipped out because they put in their white mystic God. And like I said, the J has only been around for 400 years.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at that, you have to think, well, how did this get in there? That's supposed to be in the Bible says, no jot, not one jot, no one tittle shall be taken in or away.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. It's paraphrase. But you know what I mean.
Right.
And all we got is a bunch of changes in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
We got a bunch of that. But the truth of the matter is, about the Judas story is, we all got Judas in us, and we all got Judas. Because if you look at the whole drama, this is a very serious side. There was only 2 people that was on the council. It's right there in the Bible. Right there in the Bible. You said, Paul, no man not. You said, Paul, no man did. He included himself in that because the man was talking to him. Even the ruler. They knew he was. They knew he was supposed to be the chief priest. So, any more questions?
Nope, that's all the questions right now.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is
Go ahead.
So what we're gonna do is meet after this. We're gonna set up the preparations for part 2, and I'll post it, let everybody know when we'll be back. Do you have any closing remarks, words you want everyone to know before we leave today?
Yeah. I first like to say peace and love to all. I love all of these people. I don't, with this religious thing, you just want clarity. I want to know. I don't want to just be a believer. I want to know. And I chose the God who is right on. And I would advise a lot of other people to try to do the same thing. Find out more about who you are. To find out more about what this word is really talking about. Because some of the people that have gone to church 20, 30, 40, and 50 years and have never heard any of this stuff that I just said.
Mm-hmm.
Although we had technical difficulties and we had stuff, I had some other stuff on screen that I was not able to access. I think the message was pretty clear.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
For the most part. So if you get any requests, I'll probably come back and do this again. If we can, get some FaceTime with some people so, we can discuss this thing.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, I would like to do that again.
Okay. And before we go today, tell everyone again where they can find you, because they might be in your inbox.
Okay. You can find me on Facebook, man. My name is RaYnuS Holloway. Just like the song. You turn around, sun ray. It says RaYnuS. It's kind of funny because my mama's gonna name me Enos. And I, got to read. I'm like, did you know? I'm like 21, 22 years old. Did you know? She said, no, I decided to name you later. Everybody got to say something good about themselves. The Enos guys were the first moral people. But you had Ron or Ray. They've been there forever.
Well, thank you for being here today. I appreciate your patience and you working with me and all these technical difficulties here. But we got through it like I said we would, because I don't have time to do nothing but deliver this message right here. Facebook was playing that day on Facebook, y'all. And I said, we got to get this out. That was like, what, Saturday?
Yeah, I think it was Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, we hurry up, got together, and put this together. We had to bring this right here.
Yeah.
So, yep.
I got to give you your props as well on this later. You be putting it down. I checked some of your videos. You have some very interesting topics, some very interesting people. And I would, like for everybody to tune in. Whenever you're out and enjoying it, she's doing it, y'all. That's all I got.
Gratitude. So again, I am your hostess, Joy Allen. You can find me on Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram at MKDTNT. And along with my sharer, I also cannot wait for part 2. Gratitude again to RaYnuS Holloway for being here, and to everyone who added to the comments and brought the value to today's live event, live broadcast. I will be here again Saturday. Right now, Saturday is my next broadcast, and it'll be 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. And joining me will be Conscious Kirksey again, Conscious, aka Conscious or Crazy. And also we will be doing the men's business expo, because we had the women's business expo this past Saturday. Anyway, we'll be back. I'll post it. I appreciate you all being here. I appreciate you all working with me. And I'll see you all next time. Part 2 of this for real.